Hello, we are now streaming live on Facebook. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of Lockdown Life Live. We are joined this evening by the gorgeous Annie Van from Annie Van. I don't know if you've got another name, have you? I always just call you Annie Van.
Yeah, I have got a proper name.
You've got a real name. Well, it's great to have you, Annie Van. Thanks for joining us. How are you this evening?
I'm really well, thank you. Yeah, had a pretty good day today. Good start to March. So yeah.
Fantastic. It's gone a bit chilly though after that lovely sunshine we had this weekend. It's gone a bit chilly the last few days.
I know, it was gorgeous on Sunday. I was out on my bike. It was lovely.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're here this evening to hopefully hear lots of exciting stories from you about how you've managed to trade through this last year. It's been a testing time for everybody out there, but for retailers in particular, and we're so interested to hear all about how you have fared through the year. So first of all, I'm sure there isn't a single person in Newark Online World that has not heard of you, but just in case there happens to be the odd person, then just tell us a little bit about your business, where you are, what you sell, and where we can find you.
Okay, I'm Anne Hayes, that's my proper name, from Annie Van on Castlegate, and I am an independent wine merchant. I am situated right behind Taylor's restaurant. In fact, we've got an adjoining door at the back, which is very useful. And I also sell whiskey, gin, all sorts of things. I could hear you speaking then.
I know, I turned my phone on to see the comments, but I don't know how to do it.
That was weird.
I'm just going to do it again really quick, and then I'm going to try and make myself quiet. Done it.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't make yourself quiet. You've got to speak as well. So I have lots and lots and lots of wine. I have champagne and sparkling spirits, loads of gins. Cheers.
Fantastic. Oh yes. Cheers. Wine and gin. There we go.
Yeah. Malfy's. Cheers.
Oh, I like that.
So I've been there 16 and a half years. Can you believe?
Wow. God. 16.
And up till about 4 and a bit years ago, I had my wine bar restaurant, but I closed that 4.5 years ago, and actually really enjoyed my business again for the last 4 years because I wasn't enjoying it. And I feel like I've got my mojo back.
Fantastic. So how did you feel then when you got your mojo back? Everything was going swimmingly in your lovely wine shop, and then all of a sudden last year we got Christmas over and done with, and then we were hit with the dreaded COVID that nobody could have predicted.
Yeah.
How did you feel when the news hit and you first heard about it?
Well, it was a bit of a surreal situation, because the last night that retail and hospitality and everything was open, which was, I think, March the 22nd, I actually worked at Taylor's.
Oh, did you?
With Steve. He was really, really busy. Obviously, everybody was trying to get out before we did, before anything happened. And he was a bit short-staffed and said, "Will you come and help?" I said, "Yeah, of course I will." So I went through there to just help serving drinks and just generally help out. And it was the loveliest evening, because I think I knew about 90% of the customers in there. And they knew me, and we had a lovely evening. And then sort of about midnight, it went quiet, and I walked out into the street to go home, and it was deserted.
God.
And I thought, oh my God, this is weird. And it was really surreal. It was the weirdest feeling. So I jumped in my van, went home, got up on the Sunday, wandered around the house a bit, thinking, oh my God, this is weird. And I thought, I can't stop. I'm just going to go to work tomorrow. So I went straight back to work on the Monday, and just started ringing all my customers up, working through my mailing list, phoning each customer, saying I'm here if you need me. I'm closed, but I'm actually here. So if you want wine, we can talk about it on the phone. And that's what I did for the first few weeks. And then I would be on the phone till about 4 in the afternoon. Then I'd jump in my van and go out and do the deliveries.
Wow.
Which was actually lovely, because I saw people.
Yeah.
People saw me. We were really pleased to see each other. The roads were deserted.
Yeah. No, so you got around easily.
And everybody was in.
So your plan just had to kind of evolve, didn't it then, really? Because you obviously didn't have a plan.
No, I didn't have a plan. And I'd furloughed Chrissy, because that's what we thought we had to do. We had to close. And then, of course, the government said, oh, off licenses can open.
Essential business.
Essential.
Definitely
are. Of course. So I kept Chrissy on furlough and just worked through it myself. I think she was only off for 3 weeks, and I brought her back because we were getting so many deliveries that I had to do that.
Yeah.
Then I realised, because I wasn't actually being out there about all I was doing, that there might have been lots of customers who wanted to buy from me who didn't know what I was doing. So that's when I came up with the lockdown list. And because I'm not technically online anyway, and I've no real desire to be, it's because it's so massively competitive.
And you have Shop New York Online that does all that for you, Anne.
Yes. Well, I can just go, here you are, Emma.
There you go.
So I am sort of a bit online now with you and a couple of other people. And we've just finished our new website.
I know, exciting.
We haven't gone out there too much with it at the moment because we just want to make sure it's working properly. But there is a lot of wine on there. And although you can't technically buy, I'm not doing e-commerce as such, there is a massive amount of wine on there to have a look at. So that's sort of helping.
Yeah, that will be really good. So how did you come up with your lockdown wine list? Was it bestsellers? Was it price-based? What was the thinking behind it?
Well, I decided I needed to do reasonable selections from my entry-level wines and up a bit. So I get, lots of bestsellers on there. So I sat here and typed up, I think it took me about 10 hours to type up this list of what I thought, a good selection, variety of grapes, variety of countries, red, white, rosé, sparkling, all that. And I think it was about 65 wines in the first place.
Yeah.
And actually that was quite good, because what it did was focus customers onto that, so that I knew what stock I needed to think about and make sure. So my huge car park was sort of my picking bay.
Oh gosh.
It was working really well. And I mean, into the summer, I had actually got 2 drivers. My friend Bob, who is he's a supplier as well, we've been friends for a long time in the drinks trade, so he was actually helping me as well driving. And then Chrissy was doing her normal days, which was really good.
Is Chrissy full time then?
No, Chrissy's 3 days.
3 days, okay.
So she's 2/3 time.
2/3 time. Bless her.
Yeah.
So that you had the first lockdown, then you got to reopen again properly for a short while.
Yeah.
And then November hit, and we went back into lockdown again. So did you?
But that was just the same for me. It didn't make any difference. Yeah. So did you feel that your trade people were starting to become more aware that you were open and they could buy from you actually in the store, or were you still out and about a lot? Yeah, because we're quite active on social media. Rather, my amazing social media guru is active on social media. Liesl. Is she listening? Can you see if she's listening?
I don't know if she's actually.
So we're sort of quite out there and communicating it, and we went on there occasionally and did silly little videos and things like that, and made sure that people knew we were open. And actually, when I went out there with the lockdown list, I did a little confession video to my customers saying, actually, I'm not shut, I'm here, and we are doing deliveries and things, and I'm feeling really awful. So I think that worked quite well. Because of course, when we first locked down in March, I lost 30% of my business.
Wow.
Immediately, because that's my wholesale business, because of restaurants and pubs,
yeah,
which I have quite a decent, but I thought to myself, actually, well, if I can still get 70% of my trade and a little bit more back from people not going to the pub, then I'm going to be okay. And, you just have to cut costs and try and handle it, manage it. And it could have been a huge amount worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, and it wasn't. So I consider myself very lucky that I've been able to work. I've been able to see people. Yeah. I live on my own anyway, so it didn't make any difference. And actually, and I enjoy living on my own with my cats, who might put an appearance in, actually. Yeah, probably put an appearance. So, yeah, so it's been okay. Thank you.
You've been okay. So if you, I mean, God forbid it would happen again, because I actually do really feel positive that we're coming out the other end of this now. But if it happened again and we were this time last year, knowing what you know, would there be anything that you would have done differently?
Don't think so. No.
No.
I think it all worked, and the massive amount of sort of effort we've put into being in touch with our customers over the years has paid off.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And I had some lovely responses from people who I hadn't seen for quite a long time have come back to me now, which is lovely, and they're shopping regularly with me. I've got lots of new customers. I actually went and delivered on a few occasions, and people would come running out of their houses.
Wine! Like the ice cream van coming round, isn't it?
Are you delivering? Can I have some wine?
Did you have to have a
lovely response. Yeah,
that's perfect.
It really made me feel good.
I'd love that. You should drive past our house on a Friday night.
Come back. I actually did a little trial before I went out there on Facebook about my lockdown list. I did a trial on where I live.
Yeah.
Which is, I think there are 120 houses. So I just went on the Facebook page locally, because we have our own little private Facebook page. Yeah. And I did it on there and said, hello, I know we don't do commercial on here, but this is not normal, and And I had the most fabulous response.
Did you?
Messages, people was like, what? Anne from Anne Van lives on here. Whoa, who knew? I thought, hello, have you not seen the van?
Yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you?
I do park it round the back mostly, but
they've obviously never needed wine as much as they did then.
So I got something like, I think, about a 10% return on here.
Did you?
On my local development, and sort of Liesl and I talked long and hard about it, because I was a little bit scared because the supermarkets were struggling a bit with supplies and things, and I thought, whoa, if it just goes, I didn't want to take on more than I could handle, because that would have been bad, wouldn't it? Not being able to deliver what.
Do you want to let people down? Yeah.
So we got a 10% response on here. So I said to Liesl, well, if we get a 10% response on our Facebook page, then that's totally manageable. And I think we've probably got a little bit more than that. But now we've got quite a wide distribution. We go to Bottisford, Bingham, Caythorpe, Fulbeck, Wellbourne, Lincoln.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of places, yeah.
And do you have a lot of repeat customers then? So people will order on a sort of a weekly basis or whatever?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, not normally 2 weeks.
Normally 2. Oh, that's just by my standards then, sorry.
Yeah. I have people emailing going, I know it's not very long since I last ordered.
Yeah. Can you just?
It's okay, we never judge.
Bless you. Do you think that this situation will have changed the future of retailing? How do you feel that that's going to go?
Yes, I do, to a certain extent. I think you know, there's been this massive uptake in online shopping at supermarkets, things, but that's mostly because people are frightened. Still plenty of people going out shopping, I would say, because I can see it. But personally, I hate shopping online. Sorry, Emma. I know it's amazingly convenient and it's helped hundreds of people. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. But personally, I like to go to the shops.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a focused shopper, actually. I know what I want and I go and I think that's what I want about it. Yeah. And then I go home. I spend my life in a shop, for God's sake. But I can't wait for it to open because I want to go and look at things and see things. I can't buy clothes online, and I like to go and touch them and see them. I can't wait to see Les.
I know, me neither. Look at the state of that.
You can't have your hair done online, can you?
No, you definitely can't.
It's me and you.
Even Les's best ever tutorial won't sort that
out. Down hair. Yeah. So yeah, I think to a certain extent it will change, but I don't think it's going to be that long before it's back, to be quite honest.
No, I absolutely agree, and I think there will be a shift. Obviously, people will go back to the shops. Please God, though, they will go back into the shops because that's what we work for. That's what we need. I do think, personally, I think that people will feel like they want to support their local independents more than they have ever before.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree totally.
I think that is definitely happening now. I see that in my business, but I see that in all of you guys' business as well. And I really do think that we need, well, that will stay. And I think as long as we guys as retailers are doing everything that we can to encourage those people and to provide them with the level of service that we know we can do, then I don't actually see that changing. I think that has been a definite upside, if there is one, of this pandemic situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I hope for Newark that is the way it continues, because we've got such an amazing mix of independence, and it's something we're celebrating for sure.
Definitely. Well, I've had 2 people only today say to me, I want to use you because you're local.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. And that's lovely.
Yeah, and I think actually the wine that you sell is, the price ranges are huge, aren't they? Like you can get a bottle of wine in Annie Van for £8 easily.
Lower.
I did the other week, and it was beautiful.
You can get it lower than that.
Lower. Yeah. And I do think that's one of the things as well. People's perception of independence in general is that they are expensive, and actually they really, really aren't. And the level of service and quality product that you get,
and it's personal service,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think we've got a great mix. We should be very proud of what we have in this town.
I think so, and I hope that, please God, most of them reopen. And it's been really nice in the last couple of weeks to see lights on in shops and people working away and getting ready and preparing, and I think that's lovely. It's going to be like a big party when they all open.
It's going to be like an onslaught, isn't it?
We'll all be running down the street going, hello!
We should do that. That would be amazing. So, I mean, you stayed so positive. Well, to me, I've spent a lot of time with you over the last sort of 3 or 4 months in particular, but you've always seemed to be so positive about the situation. I know that your business has been relatively good, as you've just explained, but have you wavered at all? Have you had your moments, or got friends?
To be quite honest, I haven't had much time to not be positive, and I'm a positive person. I'm definitely a glass 3/4 full girl, never mind half full. And I think I've totally appreciated that I've been a lucky girl, and well, you make your own luck, don't you? But it's been great that my business has continued. I've been lucky to see people, and I'm quite positive about what's going to happen. I've had my moments.
Yeah.
Haven't we all? When I've thought, oh my God. And I think mostly I've felt for everybody else. And we've got quite an active group on Messenger, and sometimes when I've read, I actually don't participate that much. I read them, everybody, if you're listening, I read it, but I don't participate that much because I'm one of the lucky ones and I'm still working and I'm taking money and my business is fine. And I'm getting, I think Kev called it survivor guilt.
Survivor guilt.
You told me off big time about it and said, stop it.
Yeah.
But I actually sometimes think, oh, all these people, it must be so worrying. And yeah, I have had my moments, but mostly I'm positive. And, you know, as Captain Sir Tom said, tomorrow is going to be a good day.
It definitely is. So what are the future plans for Annie Van then? Do you have any, or are we just sort of seeing how things go for now?
Well, as I say, we've got the new website.
Yeah.
So that's happening. We are actively getting ready to open the courtyard.
Ooh, exciting.
So the outside, not the inside for the time being. We'll see about that when it all happens. But the courtyard is being cleaned and refurbed and all that.
Oh, lovely.
Ready. So obviously we'll have to work under COVID protocols, bookings, the app, all that sort of stuff. But there are lots of people I think are dying to come back and sit out there.
All of those rules and regulations now feel fine, don't they? Because we can just go and socialise outside and meet people again. The thought of that is brilliant. Yeah.
So fingers crossed for the week commencing the 12th.
Yeah, at the moment.
Of April. And then I suppose into I've got to also think quite hard and plan for all my wholesale coming back, because I don't think there
are with a vengeance.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there are any of my businesses that won't be coming back. I think they're all okay. I'm going to talk to them all probably next week and make sure, you know, we've got the stock and everything. So that'll be roaring ahead again, I think. And actually, I think I've possibly got another 2 or 3 new ones.
Gosh.
And also, during lockdown, we started supplying Hardy's Farm Shop.
Yeah.
So we've got sort of a concession thing in there with them, and that's really doing well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow.
If anybody hasn't been there, go. Honestly, it's lovely. And the produce is lovely. They've got a lovely range of all sorts of delicious stuff. And the big news is, you heard it first on here, Doncaster's at Claypole. We'll be having a small range of Annie Van wine. I hope that's okay, Rachel and Robert, if you're listening to it.
Tough luck if it's not, because we've said it.
It's too late now, isn't it? Oh my God.
Oh, that's brilliant news. Well done. So I love that. I love businesses working together. It's just fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've got loads of exciting news coming up then.
Indeed.
Lovely.
Yes. And I've been working really, really hard in the last couple of months finding new wines, because it is hard work. I know you don't think so, but it's hard work.
I envy you, actually, quite a lot.
It's really hard work. My suppliers are throwing wine at me at the moment, because normally in January and February I go to all my big tasting evening days to find new wines and taste new vintages, and just well, they're all throwing stuff at me at the moment. So I've got a big line of wine to try. Oh no!
Oh gosh, that does the job.
I've also got an amazing machine called, well, it's not a machine, it's sort of a thing called a Coravan. And some of you out there may know what one is. Some of you may not.
No, I don't.
And what it is it's like a needle that you put through the cork into the wine. So a tiny needle through the cork into the wine, and you can draw wine up through the needle into the glass. You take the needle out and the cork reseals.
Oh, wow.
And this thing, Coravan, puts argon gas into the bottle to fill the space. So that actually preserves the wine. So I can open tasting bottles now with that and taste wine. And then I'll be able to keep that for my customers to taste and
And
drink.
it would be just as good. Yeah.
Honestly, it's incredible.
That is amazing.
Yes. So
I bet that is
my,
a bit of a game changer for your business, actually.
That's my new gadget.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't been able to use it properly yet, really, because I haven't got the throughput of customers coming in.
Yeah.
But I have still got wine on the bar now, which I opened maybe 4 weeks ago with the Coravan. Well, I didn't open it, obviously, the cork's still in.
Yeah.
But it's there and it tastes fantastic because I just go back and taste it. Yeah. So that's going to really,
very clever.
I'm going to have really lovely, fabulous wines open for people to taste without risk of losing it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's fantastic. Oh wow, we'll all be in the summer to come and have a little taste of all those wines, and hopefully sit in the courtyard and the sun will be shining and it'll be beautiful.
Well, hopefully we'll have the big tasting evening again in the autumn.
Oh yes, yeah,
which we've missed 1, 2, 3 now. Yeah,
to make up for it.
We've got lots of supplier tastings planned as well, so which are a bit more tutored, so you know, someone talking about the wine. But
yeah.
So
well, we've run out of time because I could talk to you all night, and we definitely will talk again.
Have I answered all my questions?
You have answered all of your questions, and I'm sure that everybody will be interested to hear more about your wonderful business, and hopefully when you're open we can catch up again and have another conversation. But thank you very much for your time, Anne. It was
no, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. I certainly will. Yes, so thanks everybody. I will be back to draw the winner of our competition on Friday night this week. We've got a shampoo and conditioner set from Inizio Hair. So if anybody hasn't entered, then get your entries in quick, because we're drawing it at 6 o'clock on Friday. And then after that, I'll be back on Sunday for another Shop Newark online update. So have a great evening, everybody, and we will see you soon. Thanks, Anne. Take care.
Such a pro. Bye.